Hi everyone, I just wanted to do a short video today on a topic that comes up all the time, almost every single session that I do, and that is how to break bad habits. And the reason that it's such a big topic is because habits are really hard to break. They've normally been in place for months, if not years, so it's not something that's suddenly going to happen overnight because I say don't have that biscuit or don't have a glass of wine at the end of the night. That you're not just suddenly going to do it because that's what I recommend. You have to be aware that habits are going to take time to break, but also that there's certain things you can do to help break those habits. Even though it will still take time, there's still things that you can do to try and speed the process up and to try and build new habits, better habits, that will help you reach your goal. So today I just want to talk about 3 key things that you can do to break those bad habits. The first is do not rely on willpower. Willpower in itself is finite. Now I would say I have quite good willpower in general. However, if I'm tired, if I'm stressed, if I'm busy, all these things will still affect my willpower. So willpower is always finite, even if your starting point is quite, your resolve is quite good from the very beginning. It will always be finite. So don't rely on that. You have to put certain barriers in place. So for example, if you love chocolate, try not to keep chocolate in the house, or if it's in the house, don't have it in a place where you go all the time, a cupboard that you're always in, or in the fridge, because then you're testing your willpower every single time you see the chocolate. So, and eventually you will just give in. Everybody will. I would as well. If there was chocolate in my fridge, you better believe I would eat it. So I don't put it there so I'm not tempted and I don't have to rely on my willpower. There is a barrier there in that I have removed it from sight or even from the house, if that's possible. That's obviously the best option, so it's not there. The second piece of advice I would give is to replace a bad habit with a good habit. So sometimes habits are there because there is a certain need. So probably one of the examples that comes up the most is people having a glass of wine when they come in from work. And a lot of time that is to relieve stress. They've had a hard day, a very, very busy day, and it's just part of unwinding. And I totally get that. It is really important to unwind at the end of a day, help you relax, and then hopefully sleep well. But there are other things you can do. You could try going for a walk. You could try taking a long bath. You could do some exercise. Whatever you like. It could be listening to music. It could be painting. Obviously you have to tap into the things that you enjoy. But try to find some other way to relieve that stress. Because if you just say, right, well, I'm not going to have that glass of wine at the end of the night, that's going to feel like a real struggle, because the purpose of the glass of wine is to help you relax. So rather than just taking away the glass of wine, try and replace it with something else that will help you relax. And then that makes breaking that habit slightly easier because you've replaced it with a good habit. And the third one is to remove the trigger. Now this is something I talk about a lot. So often there's a trigger to eating something bad, or trigger that causes you to eat something bad. The most common one is a cup of tea and a biscuit. So many people cannot have a cup of tea without having a biscuit. They come together as a pair. And actually, if someone just doesn't have, and I've done this many times with clients, if they actually stop having the cup of tea, they're not bothered that they've not had the biscuit. It's such an association in our mind. But actually, if you remove the cup of tea rather than remove the biscuit, you suddenly don't miss the biscuit. Give that a try, because you probably think that doesn't sound like it will work, but it does. You can replace the cup of tea with a herbal tea, just some water, or just don't have the tea at all. Sometimes actually people are just having cups of tea to pass time and having a biscuit, and it's all kind of about boredom, or maybe sort of socializing in the office, or there's lots of reasons. But if you actually remove the cup of tea or cut down the number of cups of tea you have a day, you will probably find that without very much effort at all, you will also cut down the habit of having a biscuit with your cup of tea. So 3 key kind of tips there that I give to clients a lot and that I see make a big difference in people's daily life, which is really important because even though they're small things like just cutting out a biscuit, cutting out a glass of wine, because they're habits that happen every single day, they actually will have a big impact on your week as a whole. So give it a try.